Procrastination. Why do we procrastinate? I think to get my tongue around that word. It's even difficult for me to say.
Yeah, sounds like a naughty word.
Yes, it does actually. But lots of people do procrastinate. Do you procrastinate, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. No, that's a very generalised
I know it is. Everybody does. Everybody does.
They do not.
Because there's always a reason for procrastination. You procrastinate because basically you don't want to do the thing that you should be doing.
Or maybe it's overwhelming, Paul.
Well, that's why you don't want to do it. It's you know what you should be doing,
yes.
But you decide not to do it because it's overwhelming, or you just don't like it, or you think it's going to be boring,
or it's good for you.
It's good for you. Yeah. So it's human nature because we do the pain pleasure thing, don't we?
Okay.
We avoid pain and we gravitate towards pleasure. So if the thing we need to do is painful. Why would we want to do it?
It's kind of like ironing the clothes for me. I hate ironing clothes. But if I change the way I talk to myself about it and I go, I love the ironing. I succeed when I do the ironing.
Right.
My clothes feel amazing on me when they're ironed.
I have to distract myself when I do the ironing. I hate ironing.
Really?
I'll listen to something while I'm doing it.
Well,
either music or some podcast or something. I'll be listening to it. And it distracts me from the monotony of doing the ironing.
I know a lot of women or men or whatever.
Some women love it.
Do it in front of the television. Actually, one of my sisters used to iron socks and jocks and everything. I mean, Oh my God. And she had 5 children.
Right.
Where would you be going? How could you do that, actually?
Yeah, I knew people who used to iron money.
Really?
Before they put it into their pants. Women, because they didn't want it to show up in their tight jeans.
Oh, I see.
So they'd iron the money.
Really?
Yeah.
Keep it flat.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What do you guys iron, actually? Let us know about that.
I'm going to do an ironing video.
I'd to know about that. Yes, let's turn it into an ironing.
Do you remember there was a thing like a kind of extreme ironing years and years ago?
No.
People have an ironing board, they go up a mountain with an ironing board and iron, and they do a video of themselves ironing.
I don't believe
Or jumping out of a plane with a parachute on an ironing board. Extreme ironing.
That couldn't be. You couldn't do that.
No, it was a thing.
What if the board is going to hit you in the face?
You could even go on a whitewater, rafting thing, ironing board. Just look it up.
The physics of that doesn't make sense to me.
It was a thing.
I have to see it.
We do put off things that we know we should be doing. And I remember there was a guy who used to work for my brother, and my brother would leave him a task to do. And when he come back, he said, "Dude, you haven't done that." He said, "No, but I've done this, and this, and this." He'd go and do the easier thing, but he wouldn't do what he was employed to do.
Right.
Because he didn't want to do it, because it was mundane work.
Annoying.
Yeah, it was very, very annoying.
Yeah.
Very, very annoying.
Especially when you're paying somebody to do a job and you say to them, "Oh, will you do this?"
Yeah.
And then you come back and it's still not done.
It's not done.
They haven't heard you. It's like,
they've heard you all right. They just
don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So but leave it out.
I find that to recognise procrastination is the first thing. You can distract yourself and kind of be playing games in your head, kind of going, no, I really need to do this important thing, but I'm going to just do this other thing first. So if I'm doing a course, if I'm studying something, I will decide, well, I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. I'm not one of these people that kind of go, I'm going to do this for an hour and a half.
That's, I trick myself as well.
Yeah, because the average level of concentration or duration of concentration is 17 minutes, I reckon.
Okay.
So don't do anything for longer than that, because you're just arsing around after that. You're just sitting there in front of a computer or a book.
Out.
Yeah, and then give yourself something to look forward to. Kind of, I'm going for a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. I'm going to have something. I'm going to do something that you actually do enjoy. So it allows you then to punctuate the mundane task with something nice.
But I often find, as well, with tasks that you don't want to do, if you say to yourself, I'm only going to do it for 5 or 10 minutes now, I'm just going to give it this amount of concentration or time, it's much easier actually to do it then, because you find then that you end up doing it for maybe half an hour or an hour, and you're like, oh, the time actually flew by there.
Yeah.
But definitely for me, procrastination is down to fear, and self-sabotage as well, because if you're leaving something on a long finger like that and it's something you really need to do. And I see people doing it with in the lead up to assignment deadlines in college and things like that all the time. They're cramming the bloody thing in. It has to be in by 12 midnight, and then the next thing they need an extension because they have not left themselves enough time to do it.
But are you one of those people who responds to deadlines? Like I am.
Yeah, I love a deadline. I love good stress.
Yeah,
I
will do
pressure.
the kick the can down the road thing, procrastinate, and then go, right, I need to have this done, and then I'll just go all in and I'll get it done at the last minute. But I heard somebody joke about procrastination, said, procrastination is good. Do you know why it's good?
Oh God.
Because you've always something to do tomorrow, so you're not going to be bored. It frees up your entire day today.
Oh my God. That's a brilliant argument, isn't it? Yeah.
So don't put off procrastination. Do it now.
Subconsciously, you're destroying yourself. Because it's going to be in the back of your head, guys.
When I'm working with people,
it.
when I'm coaching people, and you set out, they come in and they have a goal, they want to do stuff, and you formulate a plan of action, you get them to connect with their own resources, and you timeline it, and then they come back for the next session, and if they haven't done what they've pledged that they're going to do, we kind of discuss about that. But if they come back to the next week again, I kind of go, you don't really want to do this, do you? You go, no, I do, that's fine. No, you don't. Because if you did, you'd actually do it. What is preventing you from doing it? What's your fear? It is fear. What is your fear about doing the thing that you said you would do? And that kind of gets them into the emotions that drive us. So procrastination is useful because it does connect you with the thinking that underpins everything, this subconscious thinking.
Do you think it's like fear of change, though?
Well, it's fear of change, definitely, because we don't want to change. People, like, you'll see all these self-help gurus and kind of going, I can change your life in 7 days or 15 minutes or 21 days, and it's fine. But basically we resist change because we crave security. And security is the situation that you're in now. Whether it's good, bad or indifferent, it is what we know. Yeah. So it's better the devil you know. And this is why people stay in bad relationships
and everything,
because they're afraid of, will it be, out of the frying pan into the fire with all these things, Will it be any worse?
Or I don't want to be alone or whatever, Yeah, and I think that's a very primal part of our brain then that keeps us stuck in that piece of, we'll just stay where we are, the status quo is more comfortable or something like that. But our spirit and our heart wants us to grow and wants us to expand and have more and do more and experience more. That's really what, our God-given right is almost, to expand and do more and be our best self and serve and all of that.
When you think of it, like change is the only thing that we're certain of in life, the only thing that we can be sure. Everything will change.
And taxes. I just had a few more there.
Yes, depressing.
You're going to change, whether you like it or not.
So I say, why don't you be in charge of that change and manage that change to your best advantage? If things are going to. So if you have goals and things that you want to do, write down why is it you want to do them. What's the emotional payoff?
Yes. Because there's always a really good payoff, like at the end of reaching a goal, isn't it?
Yeah, and then write down what you're going to have to sacrifice to get that payoff. What are you going to have to pay to get the payoff?
No more procrastinating. I can't even still say the word right.
It sounds
procrastinating.
Tin. It's your Midlands accent.
Weird. What's wrong with me?
I haven't got a Midlands accent really. The reason I haven't got it is because one of my first real jobs was working on a switchboard. Yeah. Talking to people from different locations.
You have one of those radio voices. You know them. It's like the real even tone.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
It's really even. Yeah. It's really good. Of course it is.
So I don't have Midlands accent. Right.
Yeah. I can compliment you, see, Paul.
Thank you. I'm waiting for the what comes after the compliment.
He still thinks I'm a witch. So.
There's evidence. I've seen things.
I'm in all black
I've heard her chanting.
Yeah.
And all the small animals that you keep in your room.
Oh my gosh.
Nuisance for
I'm mute.
So,
been spying on my newt.
Right. Have you cauldron in there too?
Cauldron, yes.
Sorry. Procrastination. It is a natural part of our experience as being human beings. So don't beat yourself up about the fact that you procrastinate, but always ask yourself, what is it that I want to do? What will I get out of accomplishing doing that? So something like fitness, something like losing weight, there's a price to pay for looking good.
Yeah, you've got to work.
Yeah. And sometimes people go, I'll pay that price and I'll do it. And they're all gung-ho when they get into the exercise and
they buy the gym subscriptions and the whole lot.
And then the old habits start to kick in and they start to feel more comfortable with what they know, their body as it is. And they kind of go, I'll do that fitness thing. I'll do it after Christmas.
But what we don't understand though is that this is our paradigm. You know, that this is our internal self-belief. It's like, an automatic switch on the dial at home with the temperature gauge. The furnace lights up when it drops below a certain temperature. It's the same with weight loss and everything, isn't it? I mean, that paradigm, that old conditioning just switches back on and you go right back up to the weight you were at.
You do, but
start eating the foods again.
But when you recognise that if weight loss or fitness is something that you keep coming back to, I can go, how is it you keep coming back to? You're obviously in a loop of thinking.
Yes.
You can go, this is a good idea to lose weight, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to, and I couldn't be arsed. And then you go, I feel terrible about myself, I need to lose weight, and you can if you keep coming back to this again and again, I can go, how do you get out of that loop? You kind of just resign yourself to the fact, I'm just going to get heavier and lazier, and that's my life.
I love my food, and that's it.
Get it all in. Or you kind of go, do you know what, I need to break out of this cycle.
Yeah. And why? What's your motivating reason for wanting to break out?
And then recognise that it's okay that if you do put back on some weight, but now kind of go, well, hold on, I have a mechanism for losing the weight. I have a way to administer to myself,
I know how
to manage
do it.
myself. So that kind of gives you a sense of being in control.
Yeah.
Because procrastination is not taking responsibility.
Yes. Oh my God, it's avoiding.
It's avoiding.
Yes.
And as I said, it comes back to avoiding pain and looking for pleasure.
Yes. And eating our way out of that is definitely one of my ways anyway.
That's because you're a witch.
I know. I like to eat lots of bad stuff. And then the badness comes out in me, lads.
I think it was there before you ate anything.
That's not shocking. Anyway, we are the Happy Hitters. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast today. We hope you have a great day.
Talk
guys.
to you soon.